Ooh. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. Let's move this out the way. Let's move this out the way. Headsets. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about this. Yo, this right here could be so beautiful. This could be beautiful. Hold on, Skip. Skip! Oh, man. Oh, my God. What is up, YouTube? It's your boy, the Great Patriot Head, DGP, back again with another episode of Patriot Keys. I didn't have time to set up my setup. I didn't want to set up a setup. I'm going to do a quick live stream right now, real quick, about 5 to 10 minutes before I go back to finishing up my work. I had to come in here and talk about this new developing situation. Now, I know you've been asking what the video's been lately. The only thing I really missed out on was the Gotskowski releasing. And we kind of saw that coming, and also had some personal stuff to deal with. But we are here to talk about this big breaking news, and that is Rob Gronkowski can potentially be a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Now, let's rewind the clock back about 3 years ago. Was it 3 years ago? Yeah, about 3 years ago, 2017. Yeah. So around this time in 2017, the Patriots actually had a deal in place with Rob Gronkowski. They was going to trade him to the Detroit Lions, who just got head coach Matt Patricia, trying to install some culture over there, trying to help, Gronk will still be under a head coach that he knows he's been with, and also to Belichick and I think he was a second-round pick. Win-win to the Patriots' mind. Gronkowski said, I'm not playing that. If you trade me to there, I will retire. You trade me to Detroit, I will retire. The only quarterback I want to play for is Tom Brady. That's the only quarterback I want to play for. So that happens in 2017. We don't know about it until we played them later that year, which we lost. So let's speed up the process a little bit again to the following year. Rumors have it that Rob Gronkowski thinking about retiring at the end of the season. He was with WWE before. He was out of WrestleMania before he potentially can act. It was rumors that he was looking to retire at the end of the year. Around that same time, was trying to figure out what will be the situation with Tom Brady and his contract. Gronk, as you know, has been injury prone, and he started doing the TB12 method. He started getting more pliability and all the stuff and everything like that in nature. Season goes by, we win the Super Bowl. Gronk comes out later, about a month before the draft, I believe, says he's going to retire, which was kind of expected. So Gronk retires, goes off, does his thing, as you know, the season last year with the Patriots. The thing with Gronk, though, he said this, and I did a video on this before. He was advocating for CBD. If you don't know that, it's marijuana, weed, CBD oil. That's the concentration in weed and marijuana. So he was advocating for that, saying that, since I've started using CBD, my body's felt better. I feel a lot better. I feel rejuvenated. And he's always said that, if he feels right and his heart's in it, he wouldn't mind coming back. He didn't say he wasn't, but he said he's passionate, and he says that he needs his heart to be in the right place. His body's there, but he has to be physically there. And I think he wanted to always come back. I think he really just wanted a year off, a year break. But with the whole uncertainty with Brady's contract, he probably looked at it as, I can retire, I would like to come back, but I only want to play for Tom Brady. So, and he had 1 more year left of his contract, $10 million in New England. So if he were to come back, he would have to play for the Patriots. So now let's fast forward now, where Tom Brady's on a Howard Stern show talking about, Gronk. Gronk and Brady. Gronk recently went to Brady's house while he was at WrestleMania this past year, which, Brady lives at Derek Jeter's house in Florida. WrestleMania was in Florida this year. They were supposed to actually be in Tampa Bay, ironically. And so Gronk goes there, swinging by Brady's house. They have a conversation. Between that conversation, Gronk was probably, I want to come back. I'm thinking about coming back. Now he knows Brady's secure for at least 2 years in Tampa Bay. Then all of a sudden, rumor has it about 2-3 weeks ago, O.J. Howard was on the trade block. Why would y'all trade O.J. Howard, a young tight end, a guy who has the potential to develop his stuff? Why would you trade a young tight end for Rob Gronkowski? Why would you put him on the trade block? Comes out today, Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport has reported that the deal could be done within 24 hours before the trade, that Gronk can be a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. What's my thoughts on that? Y'all already know my situation. I'm gonna be a Patriots fan. As you still see it, still here. You might look at my social media. You might see me joke about me being a Bucks fan. I'm forever gonna be a Patriot fan, but I am a full-time Bucks supporter. I will be watching every Tampa Bay Buccaneers game like it's the New England Patriots. If they're on at the same time, that's what I got dual monitors for, baby. You're gonna be watching the Bucks and the Patriots at the exact same time. If because both of them are East Coast, so hope, but Bucks probably be on more prime time. Patriots probably gonna fall off a little bit. Brady, it was seen working out at the park too. He's definitely been in concert with Rob Gronkowski, and I feel like Gronk again with him advocating for CBD and the new NFL policy stating that players cannot be suspended for CBD abuse, for marijuana abuse. So, that was a situation with Ben Watson when he retired, he came back. He was using medication and stuff for him to recover from the years of wear and tear and stuff on your body, and then he ended up getting suspended for the first 4 games. Gronk's not going to have that issue unless he's taking PEDs or something. But I've seen him; he's slimmed down a lot. He doesn't look like the Gronk of old. He doesn't have that physical body that he has. I think he said he lost like 20, 30 pounds, something like that. I think he's like 240. So he's going to have to probably get a little bit back in shape. So his game won't be the same. His game will not be the same, trucking people and doing all this stuff. It won't be done that. Maybe a little bit more finesse. But the fact that he can come back and he's not going to get suspended as long as it's only CBD he's been taking. He's come back, plays with his quarterback, Rob Gronkowski. You have a now rejuvenated Gronkowski. Took a year off. He's ready to play. Now, what are we trying to trade for? If we do a swap for Gronk to OJ, and breaking news, the trade just happened. Rob Gronkowski and a 7th-round pick for a fourth round pick. So the Patriots have just traded Rob Gronkowski and a 7th round pick for the Buccaneers 4th-round pick. And this took off fast. This took off fast. And so I was just about to say, if we do a swap for OJ Howard, I wouldn't be mad at that. We get a young tight end, they get their guy, but hey. So now let's look at it from the Patriots perspective, because this is still a Patriot channel. We get a 4th-round pick. We're probably going to pick a tight end. That was the key thing. We didn't have a tight end all last year, so probably use that to either trade up or probably trade back again just to restock a place to get a tight end. Again, I don't think this really clears up Capp because he didn't count towards the Capp because he was retired. So, it's just a pick. Gronk gets what he wants. He gets to play not New England, in Tampa Bay. Gets to play with his quarterback. And as for the Buccaneers, man, they have 2 ways they can go about this. You can trade OJ Howard, and because I don't know if he's in the long-term plan stuff. I think he has 1 more year left on his contract. I think this is last year's contract, so that might determine yet. It literally just happened. What was that, Aaron? It literally just happened like 30, 45 seconds ago. It literally just happened as I was talking about this video about the potential, but it actually just happened. Like, this is official. This is a real thing. Like, it's happened. So they can go 2 ways. They can trade OJ Howard, or they can keep him and then not bring him back. But I think if they're not going to bring OJ Howard back, they probably want to trade him just so they can get a pick back, stuff like that. Or what they could do is keep OJ Howard, and you'll have Evans, Godwin, Gronk, and OJ Howard. That 2 tight end set. And Tom Brady, he likes to short passes, medium passes, and stuff like that. And you saw what he did with the 2 tight end set with Gronk and Aaron Hernandez, rest in peace. With that 2 tight end set, you saw the damage he did. So can you imagine what he did with that 2 tight end set with Gronk and Hernandez? You now have Gronk and OJ Howard, who not necessarily is like Hernandez. Hernandez was more of a talent, but in terms of the speed, the wiggle, I guess where you can put OJ Howard a little bit kind of like a wide receiver and stuff like that. You can do the same thing with OJ Howard like you did with Hernandez. So you have that 2 tight end set, and now you have Chris Godwin. You got a speedster on one side. You got Mike Evans, a guy who can go up and get it. He can run the route tree. And then whoever you put at running back, it honestly doesn't matter at that point. With Bruce Arians as your offensive-minded genius, your offensive guru, this Bucks team just took off now. People are trying to figure out what's going to happen with this, the whole Corona thing, the season, how it's going to look for the Buccaneers, what's Gronk going to look like? Because again, we haven't seen Gronk since that Super Bowl catch, and again, he was saying his body was breaking down. He was breaking down. He was a shell of himself at the time. But now you get a rejuvenated Gronk, a highly motivated Gronk, a highly motivated Tom Brady. Yeah, that team right there, y'all better watch out. And look, I'm telling y'all right now, I'm looking at this schedule. The BUCS do play in Charlotte. I do work in North Carolina, for those that don't know. It's like 2 hours away. I might gotta go to this BUCS Carolina game. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna try to go to those. I'm gonna try to get to that game. Gotta see my boy Brady and Gronk. I gotta see him now. Like before, it was potentially, Brady was there yet. My boy Gronk. I love Gronk too. Like that's my guy right there. That's probably top 3 Patriot of all time that I like. And I got a poster right here that y'all can't see. Actually, I took it down so I'm moving. It had Brady. It had Edelman. It had it had Brady. It had Edelman. It had Gronk. It had Gerard Mayo. It had Hightower and McCourty. And 4 of the 6 are gone. It'll let you. Well, Gerard's still here. He's the linebacker coach. So he's out living in Boston. We ain't too happy about that move. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like I said, I'm a Patriot fan. I just like throwing jokes about Buccaneers. But like I said, I'm gonna be a full-time Bucs supporter, man. Tom Brady, Gronk. Those are one of my 2 favorite Patriots of all time. So I'm gonna follow them, for these next 2 years. I'm still a Patriot fan. We're still gonna be rocking with them, but we are gonna be monitoring the Bucs on this channel too, just a little bit, just every now and again if they do something crazy, like something happens. But yeah, man. So going into now the draft, obviously the big need, it was already tied in before that. I went to bigger need. How to become a fan? I was younger, playing Madden. I was winning with the Patriots. Boom. Simple as that. So my whole life, all I know is Tom Brady. So it's not like, something like that. I'm from Maryland. And if you thought I was going to be a Redskin fan, that's a lie. And that's too, my dad was a Cowboy fan. So kind of didn't go together being a Redskin Cowboy. Yeah, so yeah, like I don't know how old you are and stuff, but all I know is Tom Brady. So obviously I'm going to feel a certain type of way more so than that. But yeah. Oh no. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like if and I'm pretty sure there are people in Boston who my age and everything. So I'm like 22. So yeah. So oh, you're 27. Yeah, I'm 22. So all I know is Tom Brady, and I'm not from there. So that whole allure and stuff, just grow up, just pick my team. That's who I rock with. But anyway, back to this Patriot news. So right now we have a first round. We have, I think, 2 second round. I think we have a total of 9 picks, if I'm not mistaken. So I might end up I wouldn't even call it a mock draft. I'll just say 3. I might do a video where I just talk about, and the draft is this Thursday. I might do a video where I talk about 3 guys that that I want the Patriots to get. All the time in my head, if we can get a wide receiver, that would be cool. Edmonds kind of on the downside of his career. We have N'Keal Harry, but we really don't have another receiver that I can look for and be like, all right, cool, that's the future. Now, if they want to go tight end and kind of go back to how we did things before, people who use like backs are from here. Yeah, that's true. So I was like, the people who, unless Bradford wants to go back to the tight end thing, he might use an early pick on the tight end. Yeah, totally. So you might use an early pick on the tight end, or this wide receiver class is so stacked. You got to go get one. I know we got one last year to kill here, but I feel like developing. If you're gonna go, if you're all in on Stidham, and again, let me be very, very clear. If it's up to me, before even Brady did all this thing, it was keep Brady. If you didn't keep him, go get a quarterback. Because my whole thing is, I'm not that huge a fan of a Stidham. Jalen Hurts, would I like Jalen Hurts? I would like Jalen Hurts. I think he's a project. I think that's a guy that can work with Belichick. He was in Alabama. He was with Oklahoma. I think he can work with Belichick. When he was in Alabama, he was pretty decent. In Oklahoma, that offense just takes off. But I do like Jalen Hurts. I wouldn't be opposed. I wouldn't, not a first-round pick. Would we get him in the second, maybe late second, maybe third round? I wouldn't be opposed to having Jalen Hurts. But again, I'm not that huge Tua is the one that I want, but the injury concerns, you're kind of gambling on that, especially going forward with a new era, especially after Brady. You're kind of gambling on it. Kind of gambling. McKinney, that's the guy that I was thinking about going to talk about that we was going to get, but excuse me. But with Stidham, I'm not that huge a fan of Stidham. Do I think he's can be a decent quarterback? Probably, but I wasn't a big fan. Not a big fan of Stidham. But if the Patriots are Belichick, I should say, if he's going to go all in with Stidham, you're going to need to have weapons because what we had last year, no, that's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. Trade to Detroit and get Justin Herbert. I wouldn't mind Herbert either. My whole thing is this quarterback and wide receiver class is it. Unless you're going to tank next year and lose every game and ensure yourself you're going to get Trevor Lawrence, that is the only reason why I don't think we should take a quarterback. But they're all in on Stidham. I think Jalen Hurts is better than to me, Taysom Hill's not a quarterback. He's not a quarterback. Jalen Hurts, he's a quarterback. Because Taysom could barely throw the ball in college. Like he wasn't that good in college anyway. Jalen Hurts, at least, one championship star guy. Even in Oklahoma and Alabama. But Taysom Hill, and Taysom Hill's like 30. He's like, what, 28, 29? Don't need that. Need somebody younger. But I feel like Taysom Hill, if Taysom Hill was just a quarterback, he wouldn't be as valuable. He would just be another person. Jalen Hurts got killed by Stidham in 2017. Yeah, I was looking at that, but again, I've seen Stidham one because I'm an LSU fan too. That's another thing. I'm an LSU fan, so I've seen Derek Stidham. I've seen when we played him. He didn't impress me when we played him. Went back and tape when we drafted him. Didn't think he was that good. And then when he came into the game, threw that interception, I didn't like him then. And somebody was like, "Oh, he was in garbage time. That was his first thing. You can't go off of that." And I said, "You're right. Let me go back and watch some more college stuff. Let me try to get that out of my head." And I don't love the guy. I don't love the guy. And it's not even just because he's after Brady. It's just he's just mad to me. For me, he's just. But again, if that's what they believe in, you need to give him weapons. You need to give him weapons because if you give him what he had last year, Brady couldn't do it. I don't see Stidham doing it. Regardless if he's younger, he can move better. I don't see Stidham doing it. So you're going to need to have weapons. So with this deep wide receiver class, go out there, you get you one of those wide receivers, and then you're going to draft the tight end anyway. But now I think maybe you not move up, but you take a tight end earlier. Maybe you go tight end first round or wide receiver first round. You go tight end second round. You're going to have to make sure you get weapons. Like, to me, the defense was good last year. Wasn't as all-time as people thought it was. It was really good last year. You still have Gilmore there. You got McCourty, who's kind of who's now officially the voice in the locker room. And, he was already like that, but when Brady was there, Brady's trumped all. I think now if you look at who's the head guy, the pecking order, though, who, like, when we need something done a certain way, like if Brady want to practice longer, practice going to be longer. I think that guy now is Devin McCourty. I don't know anybody else who would have the tenure and the play to demand that greatness. But Devin McCourty, he's going to be the guy. And again, our defense isn't that bad. Although we've lost basically all our linebackers except for Dante Hightower and Bentley and I think Landon Roberts too. We've lost pretty much all our starting linebackers. Our defensive line, got to get better. But I think our defense is still solid. It's still decent. However, we got to have to build up that offense, man. Why have you been so bad why have we been so... That's a good question. So, and I probably should go back and look at it, but I'm going to pull up my laptop. But Belichick hasn't been the best offensive-minded draft person. If you look at it, his hits on offense that he's drafted in recent memory, and I mean, Sonny Michel, he's looked decent. He had an off year lately. Isaiah Wynn, he was good in spurts, but remember, he was coming back from injury, so it's kind of hard to determine that. But even then, he was still pretty decent. I thought with all the circumstances being around it. N'Keal Harry, never truly flourished. Again, he missed half the year, then he came back trying to, and the offense wasn't. It, last year was just so terrible offensively, and I think, and it's gonna be hard because Brady wasn't there at training camp that much because he was trying to take time with his family. Because you heard he was saying he couldn't go to OTAs and training camp like that because Giselle was she was getting really upset and said, you need to help me out with the kids and help more out with the family and stuff now if you still want to play. So Brady had to sacrifice from training camp. So I think that might have led to him not being there with the team, especially with all this as we always have turnover. And I was going to say this year, well, at least the quarterback, who's Stidham, is going to be there with his guys from training camp. So Corona thing, I don't know when that's going to happen. So hopefully we can build up some chemistry. We can build some rapport up. And the other guy I'm thinking of too, I'm sorry, the other guy that's going to demand greatness it's either McCourty or Edelman. I don't know which two would it be. It'll probably be Edelman because he's more fiery. To me, from the outside looking in, I think Edelman's definitely more fiery than McCourty. McCourty, he's fiery, but he's a little bit more cool and laid back. But Edelman is more like get in your face, like we need to get this shit done like right now. And so, you said 79. I can see that. I got us maxed out at 9-7, maybe 8-8. But 79 is probably, if I had to put money on it, I would go 8-8. If I had to put money on it, I would go 8-8. So, but yeah, man, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, like. I'm going to have more videos coming on the way now that I got my personal stuff situated. I should start off the stream saying this, but I will say this now, internet. Please, 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 please. I know the stay-at-home orders is about to be lifted. I'm in North Carolina, so our stay-at-home order is supposed to expire next week, at the end of the month of April. I'm hoping that it gets extended. I'm not trying to get into a political thing, but please, if you're in a state that has a stay-at-home order, if you're mandatory quarantine, even if you're in a state that doesn't have a stay-at-home order, if you don't have to be outside, please don't be outside. Wash your hands. Clean up, take care of yourself, because this disease is for real. And I ain't trying to get all serious, but yeah, just make sure I stay at home, wash hands, all this stuff. Again, Gronkowski been traded to the Patriots. Gronk and a 7th round pick been traded for a 4th rounder. How about that? So Gronk and Brady reunited, and it feels so good. It's bittersweet for us though, because we. Let me know this, cause for people who's watching afterwards and also on the stream. Will you be watching a lot of Bucs games this year? That's my question. Will you be watching a lot of Tampa Bay Buccaneers games? I know I will. Like I said, I'm going to watch every Patriot and every Bucs game. And I've never, ever, ever in my time being a football fan, if the Patriots are on, I don't care about nothing else. Unless recently I had to work and stuff. So, but like in terms of watching football, I'm only watching the Patriots. I don't care about nothing else. I'm only watching the Patriots. This will be the first time I will have a Patriot game on, and if the Bucs are playing, I have the Bucs game on at the same time. Patriots are still going to triumph over the Bucs. I'm still going to want to watch the Patriots over the Bucs games. But if they're on at the same time and I have the ability to watch them on 2 separate monitors, that's exactly what I'll do. So, yeah, man, this is bittersweet. But yeah, appreciate y'all for rocking out with me. Catch you next time, y'all. Peace. Stay safe.